To come.
Needed to come. Now I can click the go live button. There we go. We figured it out. We know how to press the buttons. It's
Okay, there we go.
fine. It's fine. First YouTube stream. That's just how it goes. Okay, it's fine. So now that we've had our scuff, welcome to this shit. My phone just went off 13 times. That's good. Yeah.
What?
Lovely.
Cool.
What?
Yeah.
What else is
who's
gonna
dying?
stop you?
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. It's fine. Don't
Are
worry
you?
about it. We're
Nobody's
Sure.
dying. You're good. You sure?
You know
Yes,
that?
yes, it's fine. It was like 13 emails coming off because of it telling me that I could do my Twitch dashboard and that I could do my YouTube dashboard in like at the same time. So it just went meh, 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 meh. Anywho, we're fine now. We're set. We're good. We're cool. Welcome to Persona D&D. We are 18 levels of scuff and 13 levels of irony, so be ready for that. But nonetheless, rolling some dice. Some key things I'd like to bring up to everybody. Last night I decided that if dramatic rolls didn't make sounds for D100s by default, I was going to edit it so it did, so I did that last night. So D100s will make funny crit noises too now. A little bit of 4 a.m. programming.
Oh my god!
There we go.
That's a sound effect.
That is a sound effect. Random pool of
First
sound
one.
effects, so there is multiple.
Yes.
Oh my god, Aaron, you're so fucking cool! Holy shit!
Classic.
Classic, yeah. So,
And we'll throw one in there.
throw one in there, yeah. Nat ones as well.
One!
Classic.
Good one to get. Good one to get.
Good one to get. Good one to get, yeah.
It was the perfect one.
So any D100 rolls and any D20 rolls will play funny sound effects like that. So, yeah, that's one. Enjoy that. The Windows device connect and disconnect sound. So those will be messing with you. Yeah, so essentially how we're gonna start here is it is a Monday, which if you have your calendars open, you will see
I don't.
How do I reopen the calendar? Because I can't find it in the UI.
on the left there should be a journal notes tab which looks like a bookmark. And there will be a little
there we
calendar logo which can open it back up. You can go into the into configure settings, and one of the settings you can set is open in compact view, which will just show you the date and time in a small little window, which should be on stream, but for whatever reason keeps closing on stream, and I can't reopen it on the stream, so
Good body.
I'm
That
bodied,
tracks.
I guess. Basically, I can adjust the time of day and date, and it will show you all what time of day and date it is. So yeah, not really anything too crazy there. So yes, today is a Monday, daily life. Kenji and May are in school.
It's
Right.
Sunday though.
Fuck you.
Yep, fucking bodied.
Uh,
My game there.
Kime is also in school because job. Fucking Goro's in the cafe. So's Paul. So's Ryuzo.
You know.
And Hada's out on his patrol, doing his job. So, though I've thrown some names out there, we'll start with, I'd say some character introductions. You can share however much detail you want about your character, but I will, I'll go around the table here and, see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you, so I'll roll a d6. So we've got 1,
Oh, you were technical.
3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not counting myself because
That's cringe.
that'd be cringe. Yeah. So let's see who's up first.
Number 5.
It's Paul.
Start.
Number 5, Paul. Tell me a
Oh,
bit about
fuck.
yourself.
Oh shit. Oh
This is for the
bitch.
job
42.
Okay, we like that. 42. Paul is the
Pretty good.
embodiment of 42, which is honestly like amazing.
All right, so Paul,
Paul.
he's homeless. That's pretty much it. He is an American living in Japan. He used to have a happy life, married with a Japanese woman. However, he is no longer. She took the damn house. So Paul wanted to be self-sufficient. Lives in a dumpster. But like a nice dumpster, not one of those like shitty dumpsters like full of like food and shit. No. It's a swanked out dumpster.
How dare say it's a very bougie dumpster.
It is a bougie ass dumpster. However, he does have money, kind of per se. Because he's not just bumming a dumpster for free. He works in a cat cafe. And he basically makes his way by working his keep and not taking handouts, essentially. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Homeless, lives in a dumpster.
Sweet.
A bougie dumpster, but a dumpster.
Very bougie dumpster, not to be concerned. Well, with that perfect segue from Paul, we might as well go to the owner of the said cat cafe. Goro Akio, would you like to give yourself a little introductory? With the Japanese names, also make sure to include what name you go by, because I think some of these are in... Some of the Japanese names are going to be in first name, last name, and some of them are going to be last name, first name.
Yeah, so definitely everyone would prefer to, Goro as Akio because Akio is his last name, so you'd refer to him with his last name because Japan, that's how it works.
It's funny
Paul goes
Japan.
by Paul.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, like, his first name is more just supposed to be an obvious reference anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Goro Akio, he is I feel like I kind of settled on him being like 30-ish, something like that. And he has been pretty much working at this cat cafe for, I want to say, about 5 or 6 years, haven't completely decided. So he's been working there since he was like 24, 25. So he's been at there for a while, and he pretty much works 24/7 practically. In fact, the cafe is even his home at this point, as he sleeps in the janitor's closet with the mop and everything, and he just has a little mattress and a blanket and a pillow in there. And yeah, so he's been running that for a couple years now, and over the years he's gathered a couple cats, which whenever we get in the cafe you'll see in what their names are. But he is a very tired man. He's very straightforward, very, I guess, serious kind of guy. Yeah, he's basically just in kind of like work hell, essentially, for reasons, in quote unquote. But yeah, I think that's really about good. He's work hell, man, and he really appreciates one day finding some fucking guy in his dumpster one day when he was taking out the trash, and he kind of decided to take that as an opportunity to make him kind of work for him, so he didn't have to do literally everything in the goddamn store or cafe. Sorry.
Yes, you do have one other part-time employee who is not currently here because they're a little stinky. But there is one other stinky part-time employee that we may hear from time to time. So. Yeah. I think that's it for me. Solid. Okay, let's get the D4 going for the rest of us here.
Yes.
Well, wouldn't you know it? We're not leaving the cafe just yet.
You know, it's fitting we get all this done then.
Might as well get everybody in the cafe out of the way.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, the gist of mine, my character's name is Ryuso Yarikawa. I go by Ryuso most of the time. And I myself am like late 20s, not quite 30, think like 27, 28, somewhere around that age. And I essentially work in what would be the equivalent of like Japan's FBI, so to speak. They don't actually, have the FBI, but basically a higher ranking official in the police.
I think it would be just like an inspector in the police department.
Essentially just an inspector, yes. Underneath my father, who also works in the department, and a lot of my motivation to do good at my job comes from like carrying on the family tradition, so to speak, is the way that my character sees it, of wanting to live up to the expectations and the legacy that his father has set for him. And as such, I strive very hard to make sure that I do a good job of dishing out justice fairly to the people who need it. And would you like me to dive into why I'm at the cafe too while I'm here?
If you'd like to reveal that now, feel free. You can disclose however much information you'd like to begin with.
I'll keep it vague and just say that I like to stop into the cafe fairly frequently just to keep tabs on a few things going on in the area. And that's about the gist of what's going on with me.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to roll a D2, and we're going to see if we stay...
There's 3 characters left.
We're going to see if we go to the school or if we go to the streets. And if we go to the school, I'll roll another D2 to see who's in the schools going. We're staying in the school, so we're going to go into the school.
Let's go!
Who's going first in the school?
It's me.
That's you. You're up.
Alright, fuck. Alright, okay, fuck. Alright. So, Kayame Okasoshi is the... I think it'll be a lot. Because, you think I'm gonna write the tragic backstory, D&D style? No. She is the school's designated guidance counselor who works in a nearby building, so it's
not too far, but she also doubles as a sort of psychiatrist. So the more psychology stuff is more a public access thing, and the guidance stuff is specifically for the school. I don't got much else, to be honest with you.
That's all right. You don't need to get into
Because everything else is written later.
Yeah.
I write layers.
Layers like ogres. All
Like,
right.
she studied in the area and stuff, but like it's a fairly normal life.
Fair. All right. Moving on to our resident schoolgirl.
Okay.
Surprisingly, the only one.
Yeah, so I have May, and May is a rather reserved college student who's always seen wearing an eye patch, like a medical eye patch. And I forget what the other guy's name is.
Kenji.
Yeah, and she knows Kenji well, and that's about it, I think.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll throw Kenji in there since we're beginning to mention him, and as Kenji is also going to have a good segue into Zaris. So, resident nerd Kenji here. Big Phantom Thieves nerd. Quite enjoys reading up about all the Phantom Thieves stuff. Also a college student. Made quick friends with May, who, like him, was a little awkward around the edges, and really connected on a spiritual level. Whether she knows that or not, that's how his thoughts are. But he's one of the type of guys who would sit there and dig into the Phantom Thieves. He certainly knows Akayame over here. He's been to the guidance counselor a few times, just regular health check-ins and such. He's not that physically fit, so he'd come into situations where he'd be like, "Doc, I'm dying," and then Doc would be just like, "Well, don't run 2 blocks around the school when you're not built for it, dumbass." Things like that.
Different.
It may be just secretly that he enjoys her company, so he likes to make excuses to go see her because he's too socially awkward to just say, "Hey, you're a pretty cool teacher, or teacher/staff faculty that I would like to know." Maybe list on resume applications and stuff, and instead needs to make an excuse to go see.
Does like the finger tap bullshit.
Yep. But yeah, so a little bit of a kindred spirit in his interest in the Phantom Thieves. We have Zaris over here, who can now introduce himself.
Yeah, so my character is Hada Torio. He is a beat cop, essentially. Little bit of a nerd, likes the Phantom Thieves, and started talking to Kenji in some of the forums, and they hit it off and developed a friendship with him. Not a whole lot to say about him. He's just kind of a fairly quiet, nerdy individual. He has a affinity for mythological things, so mythology is one of the interests that you would not shut up about if you got him talking about it. And that's about it. Just continues his day-to-day life, doing his patrol, and that's it.
All right, that is everyone. So, day-to-day life going on. you know, Akio in the cafe, doing his job. Paul, donning his uniform and looking clean and quite handsome. And you know, Ryuzo enjoying a nice cup of tea while keeping an eye on things in the neighborhood. School things going on, patrols, counseling the guidance, the usual suspects. And just like that, the morning passes, and you know, becomes midday, which in this case we're going to be considering after school, and when everybody gets off work, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Akio doesn't get off work.
yeah, you're fine. Don't worry. So with that being said, Kenji, in his usual traditions, is going to make his way over to the cafe. That's kind of just where he's planning to go, but obviously we'll be going through some stuff before we do that. So as it's hitting midday, let's go over to Hada. What are you going to be up to now that you're getting close to the end of your shift, or coming up on the end of your shift?
Well, I will probably go ahead and go back to the precinct for a shift change and change into my civilian clothes, and then probably head over to the cafe.
Okay. Hada heads over to the cafe. That was the best way to do this, I wonder. I was prepared for everybody to head over to the cafe, but I was not ready for how Kenji was going to socially ask somebody to go with him.
Yeah.
This is very fitting. It's very honestly, it fits the theme. So Kenji will get out of class, and he bumps into May in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say to May and ask if she how exactly do I want to say this? I also have to now pick a.
It's just like real life.
I also now have to pick a voice for Kenji, so this is great. I got two things going on in my head: how to say it and how to voice it.
Welcome to hell.
Literally, it's just like real life. It's no different.
Just like real life, no different. I can't ask people to go places.
This makes the RP more accurate.
Yes. Hey May.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
I'm heading over to the cat cafe to talk to Hada about the Phantom Thieves. If you want to come along.
Sure.
Okay. Kayame, you witness this absolute travesty of awkward social awkwardness as you're leaving your office in the school building.
Travesty.
She's kind of just stares at it blankly, knowing she's about to head there herself. Not gonna engage whatever to make this even worse. And, just gathered through the papers she was getting and heads out as well.
Alright, that leaves everyone heading over to the cafe. Alright. So, let me get everyone's tokens into the cafe here. Yoink.
Hog.
Hog.
Cease your hoggery.
Alright. So now drag everyone on over here. So everyone welcome to the cafe. Leave the most likely spot. I'm just gonna set up what is most likely the sittings here. And feel free to move yourselves around as necessary, but that is where I believe we will be initially positioned. We love the
Straight to
cat.
the cat.
Straight to the cat.
Yes. Straight to the cats.
Well and dandy. So, let me swap up the... If I can find a good little song to swap to for now.
I won't lie, I almost didn't notice the cat in the middle of the table.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a centerpiece.
Orange cat behavior.
Yeah. As someone with an orange cat, I
Yeah.
can confirm.
As
He
someone
is,
who's seen said orange
he is
cat.
sprawled out in the middle of this fucking table.
So I'm just gonna let you know I cannot go into the kitchen.
Mhm.
Says I'm colliding.
Just move the walls just
Hold on a
slightly
second.
more, I guess.
I mean, I don't even have access to my tokens.
Oh,
So.
you managed to set up one window. There you go. Remember how all your windows were doors when this started?
Why does that one?
That one was considered a window.
It's the
Anyways, you
actual
should now be
tiles
able to
that are
move.
windows.
You should now be able to move into the kitchen. I deleted the window.
There we go.
I love Dungeon Draft, but what the fuck?
There we go.
Okay.
Good luck make us interact.
Here we go. Here we go. Put on here. I have to turn off repeat first.
Yeah.
I disconnect it. It's easier to disconnect it than reconnect it.
All right. So, let's start off with do we want to get into it now? Would we like to introduce the cats?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? I guess there is a certain order we could do them in to make it obvious.
Why don't we
You
why
need-
don't we why don't we go in order?
Mm-hmm. Oh, some one to five or five to one.
Let's go 1 to 5.
All right, so you see this kind of white cat with deep blue eyes, just kind of chilling up in this kind of like. I kind of did like my best here. I would ideally like a big scratching post like fucking castle tower thing, you know, whatever those things are. But I had to make do. It's like little platforms they can jump on and everything like that up here. And this one's just kind of like chilling, kind of like laying down on the side, just vibing. And this cat's name is Jack. And
All
then
of
we
the cats have nice little name tags that dangle.
yes, I got little collars and everything. Of course, they're not like the most extravagant of collars, but you know they're you know enough.
Yep.
And then next we get to this I think this is a calico cat if I remember correctly. Yes. But this cat stands very like attentively, and has like kind of like a red scarf kind of around its neck along with like its collar. And it's a very like serious looking cat. And it's kind of like almost kind of like watching over the cafe in a way. And their name is Zula. And then we get to the third cat. This cat's built a little different. And this is probably the one that you probably wanted to be around because this is a very oddly playful cat, I will say. It almost like it acts more like a dog, if anything. But this cat is very playful. It loves all the people who come in, the visitors, everything like that. They love it. They love it so much. They love playing with anything. You know, they're all that jazz. All that jazz. And this cat is named Koromaru. I think that's how you say that. But yeah, he's a little like gray and white cat with some deep red eyes. And then this creature over here. This absolute orange cat over here just kind of just sprawled out on its back, just like, oh, orange. Just kind of not a Karen. This cat is very cuddly, but is very mischievous and just plain out weird and all that jazz. This cat is named Teddy. And then finally we get to the this cat over here, sitting on just straight up sitting, little paws on all four paws, just sitting on top of the stool, just looking very attentively at fucking Akio. Just kind of like staring at him while he's kind of like washing down the counter, doing, the work and stuff, washing some glasses and stuff. Just very attentively watching him and all that good stuff. And he just kind of like watches back and just kind of like, And this is when we want a little more on the nose. This cat's name is Morgana.
But real talk, why is that just Peep?
What?
That is just Peep.
Okay, that is straight up just my cat.
Look, I didn't want to literally just use Morgana's fucking art. Right?
No, I get it. I get it. But that looks exactly like Peep.
That does really look pretty close to Peep. That's funny.
But yeah, that is all the cats in here.
But yeah,
There are 5 of them. Wink.
5 cats.
That's right.
Funny references, yes. So
Yes.
now that we've introduced the cats, we're ready for anything.
Yes.
So,
Cats were introduced. That's game. We don't need to play anymore.
yep.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Most
Um,
important part's out of the way.
Nice stream. Good.
this has been a great game, guys. Thank you for playing my D&D campaign. We have
All that playing was
achieved
just for cats.
cat introduction %, so the speedrun is now over.
Yeah, yeah.
So Kenji and Hara are having a little conversation that we will get into, but in the meantime, is anybody else doing something in this cafe they would like to elaborate on, or anything like that?
Nothing much, just enjoying my drink.
May is.
Uh,
Oh, sorry.
oh no, you can go first. I was just saying, you know.
May is petting the cats and, like, yeah, sitting petting the cats and, like, looking at the other people in the cafe a bit.
Paul, what are you up to in the kitchen?
He is preparing his own meal that he's going to pay for, because that is one of the agreements that Akio and I have.
Does Paul get an employee discount?
If he does not take it.
He does not.
What a good boy. Yeah, no, he don't.
He cannot
No,
afford
like-
it.
He will not accept handouts whatsoever. So he pays for his own drinks, he pays for his own meals, even though he's the one that prepares them. And like pretty much he works in the cafe to pay for eating at the cafe. And you know, basic necessities.
Yep.
Akio, nobody's in need of their serving right now. Everyone's got what they need, so I imagine you're just wiping down the counter and or occupying yourself otherwise.
Yeah, like if anyone took like any like stuff from like the shelves up here, he would be like going and like restocking that, you know, all that good stuff, giving Morgana some pats. You know.
Very nice, very nice.
Being very attentive in the, you know, actually he's in the fucking Zelda shopkeeper pose, his hands on the counter. You know.
Classic.
That's what he's doing.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Kaime, what are you doing out here by your lonesome, huh?
I got the papers all over the table, just reading a couple of them, got a drink on the side, taking a few sips. Kind of just looking over what she has to work on.
Nice chill environment to go through your papers. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Okay. So, catching up with Hada and Kenji. The two of them sit across from each other. At the current moment, Kenji has his phone out on the table, turned around to face Hada, as if he is showing him something. So jump right into that conversation with this. So, how do we start it? Hada, you're not gonna believe it.
What? What's up? What'd you find?
Now, I want you to know, I had no part in this, but you know how when Joker got interviewed by the police department?
Right.
Well, and as Kenji slides his phone further forward, it looks like they got leaked.
You're kidding me. And I will look at the phone excitedly.
Not only did the interview itself get leaked, which we had heard rumors, and they're all true. But also, the app they used to cross into the metaverse, the data for that got leaked.
What?
Yeah. A whole bunch of people have been trying to reverse engineer it, but no one's getting it to work.
Huh. They have the code. I wonder why they wouldn't be able to get it to work.
Well, I don't know. I know we heard rumors that there just isn't that world anymore, like they did something to get rid of it or something, but the interviews from before that, so it doesn't really have any details on it.
Yeah, that's fair, but you would think if the world wasn't there, then the code wouldn't be here still either.
Yeah. It's almost like it was like a snapshot of when it worked, and now it just doesn't.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's a shame that it's not working. I'd love to see it firsthand.
I've been giving it a crack, but honestly, I just don't know how to handle coding in emotions. Like, how is that even something that you latch onto in code?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Though, to be honest, it's really hard to focus at my house right now.
Oh, what's going on?
We got a mouse, and my mom hates mice. She is terrified of them. I don't even get a chance to breathe. She's going out buying all these mouse traps, and he's not even in the house anymore. Like, we caught the one that she saw, and she's just going nuts.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds a little hectic. One of those, if there's one, there's more situations.
Yeah, but there's no signs of them being any. She's just out of control. Give her some time. She'll cool off. This happens every time we get a pest.
Yeah, hopefully a few days without any filled traps will calm her nerves.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you think of, and then the conversation drags on to some real bad Phantom Thief fanboying. But
As it often does.
as it was rather excited Kaime, just to take note that you do overhear bits and pieces of this conversation.
Okay.
Not to do anything with that right now, but this is something that you hear, and it piques your interest a little bit because you hear them talking about, the Phantom Thieves app, and who hasn't heard of the Phantom Thieves at this point?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Piques your interest, but overall, things go roughly as expected, and the evening passes, or rather the afternoon passes into evening, and everyone eventually makes their way home. So I'm gonna go back to the town map now.
I'll be back into washroom.
And everyone makes their way home for the night, which we'll say up around here is like the main housing areas. Everyone probably lives roughly nearby. And then these two are already home.
Unfortunately.
I mean, I just have to go out back to get to my home.
Very true. Any case,
Yep.
we are going to take a small break while Chab is peeing. And
Straight pissing.
straight pissing.
Straight person.
And
Sounds good because I gotta go as well. So
yeah, we're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna take the dog out because I am on dog duty today, so I'm gonna get the dog out now.
That works because my foundry just broke.
Gotta love it, gotta love it.
I'll fix it. Don't worry about it.
And I will return in a moment.
Duh.
There we go. I can actually move things again.
Nice.
Go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Greg is just on dog duty right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is the dog doing?
Mm.
You know, something I realized about the cafe I was like, oh, it might be something else I should add. I really should add like a back door. Because the only exit is out the front door.
Yep.
Yeah. because I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, shouldn't there be a back exit like right next to like the janitor's closet or something? I feel like that would be important. Usually most establishments have a back entrance.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Ugh. I also really wish I had more assets for the cafe, because, you know, most assets are for medieval bullshit.
Yeah, I was struggling too with the office.
Yeah.
You can peek at that.
Mm-hmm.
Big iron on his hip.
What?
Don't worry about what me and Dylan are doing, okay?
What the fuck?
Don't ask questions.
I don't know. Kind of worried about it.
I'm sure it'll show up at some point.
You hope it probably would be.
We're just doing very important things. Don't worry about it.
I
Making
don't
war.
believe that in the slightest.
I return.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. I wholeheartedly agree with that, Dylan.
Thank you. At least I can move things on Foundry again. As soon as you took us out of the cafe, it just, like, shut down and wouldn't let me interact with anything.
That is weird.
I refreshed and it worked fine again.
Yeah,
so.
if anything ever breaks on you, you can just refresh. Is everyone here?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect. So, throughout the night, something goes on with Kenji. Okay. I had to make it leave altogether, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a disconnected.
So, throughout the night, with intrigue going on, Kenji stays up at his computer. Kinda, you know, digging through this leaked code from the Phantom Thieves. And, you know, as he's digging through, something unexpected happens. While he is, putting in the code that polls for, you know, the cognition that the metaverse relies on, unexpectedly, he gets a response. And he manages to ping the metaverse, question mark? And so the curtain rises on a fine Tuesday morning. And as Kenji goes to school, everyone else feel free to move yourselves to where you would be.
Trapped at work.
Working.
Working.
Soul.
Out on patrol.
Back at the cafe.
Work.
Very nice. So,
Bit out of the way.
F.
if you hold shift while you're dropping your character, you can drop off grid.
Perfect. I didn't want to cover the word cafe.
That's fair. It's fine.
Bodied.
We have Skull right now.
Soul.
Skull. Ka. Yeah. So.
Soul.
As we go through the
E.
lovely school day. Sorry, soul day.
Soul.
Jump over to this over here. Uh-oh.
What? Did soul not work?
Don't tell me.
Thing break?
Bot.
Bot? Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What? Did we lose the bot? Hold on. Hold on.
Bot blew up, huh?
What are you trying to do? What are you, I can tell the bot sweet somethings. No results pane. Wait.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Did the bot just stop using Hold on, let me go back to one that I know we've used.
Swear to God, it's Monday. Swear to God, it's not, but I swear to God, it is.
Okay, never mind. It just won't play that one song.
Absolutely, how dare you play that one song?
Cool. Good
enough,
news.
enough.
Good news.
There's like 18 other uploads of it.
I did notice something about Nero.
Mm.
Yeah.
You can actually upload a file for it to play. So if you can't
Weird.
get it to play a song, you can download it and upload it for it to play. That's convenient.
You're not gonna kill our bot by taking away YouTube links. We'll just allow people to download the YouTube links and then play them back.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can't stop us. We'll find the loophole.
We'll find a loophole. Right. So, May, you notice that today Kenji is very giddy,
Mm-hmm.
and he seems very excited about something.
Okay. He's in the same class, I believe you said.
At least a couple of them.
Yeah, I guess I take note of that. I probably overheard some snippets during yesterday, despite being far away, because May's perception is through the roof.
Yes, you can also probably figure that you're probably a little closer than it seemed. Because they're at the table closest to the cat area.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have heard them slightly better.
So I probably have a bit of a guess at what it might be related to.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have any tokens in the school scene. I do see some of you are checking out the scenes, but for the most part, I just have those open for you to see them if needed be. So the day passes pretty uneventfully. Kenji mentions that he's going to the cafe again.
Knowing that, alright, basically in reading that he's got something interesting that's likely Phantom Themes related, given what I heard yesterday, I will definitely follow.
And so Kenji heads there as school ends, roughly uneventfully. And Kayame and Zaris and Hada.
Yeah, I will head over to the cafe after my shift ends.
The information from yesterday kind of intrigued her because of what she's researching. So she's kind of going just to. She actually talked to him this time, but she kind of has to keep a little part on what she's studying.
Yeah.
So she's kind of just acting like she's going, but she's kind of interested.
Okay. I'll pull us all over back into the cafe map.
We're back.
We're back.
Yep.
Let's put on this one. I don't know how thematically this fits, but this song, if it works. Yeah, there we go. No, this is
Switching seats.
Yep.
I mean, I'd more likely steal a chair from the table and sit out here or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't worry too much about
Tim, there's a chair.
All right. So, as the conversation goes at the table, you hear Kenji. He's anybody like sitting close enough to hear. Here's Kenji. Very excited. Hada.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep last night.
Everything all right?
Everything is great.
And he looks a little like, oh, really? What happened?
Kenji will slide his phone over with the Metaverse app open. I got it working.
And Hada like immediately perks up and looks extremely excited, and then goes, "No, you're pulling my leg."
Oh, it works. I just don't know how to use it.
Okay, well, let me take a look at that. I will inspect the app a little bit and see what I can find. Just kind of poke around in it, just because, I mean, come on, it's the Phantom Thief app. How can I not?
So, for the most part, it seems to be a normal navigation app, like basically Google Maps. But you notice that the search results don't ask for an address. They're kind of like built to ask for keywords, specifically looking for 3 of them. Now, if you remember how the Phantom Thieves ones worked, it was a name, a location, and then what they see that location as, which was the 3 keywords they needed.
Right.
But I don't even know where to start on that. Like, is there anybody in this town that's really that twisted?
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I mean, my patrols are always pretty quiet. I don't think there's any kind of big conspiracies or anything going on. Or if there are, it's not anything I've heard about.
I racked my head all night last night after I got a return ping trying to get the metaverse, but I guess it was just a fluke. Debug data, maybe?
Well, what returned the ping?
It was less that any keywords returned the ping, but more like almost like it connected to a database, like it finally established a connection. But maybe that's what everyone was talking about, is that they couldn't get it to actually return anything, but were able to establish like some weird connection. Surely I wouldn't have been the only one who managed to figure that out, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. And so I don't really see any kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll just hand him his phone back and go, well, it's a shame we can't find any keywords. I'll try and think about it, see if I can think of anything.
Yeah, though, to be honest, I don't know if it would be a good idea if we did.
I'd say during this conversation, May would have had a couple of flashes of emotion across her face, and by now she'd ask if she can take a look at the phone as well.
Oh, sure.
And she, takes a look at it, probably tries putting in some keywords.
Nothing seems to be popping up.
Then she gives a sigh and puts it down. I'll return to the phone.
Must just not be working, but even if it did, we don't really have any special powers if we end up going there. I think we'd be in more danger than anything else.
Didn't the Phantom Thieves not have special powers?
Yeah, from what it said on the interview, they kind of awakened to them when they got there, but there's no guarantee we do the same.
There's no guarantee we wouldn't.
Yeah, I guess.
Worth a shot, if it works.
I certainly think it would be cool to see it work, but for sure if it happens, we leave right away. That is not something we would be messing with right away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If we manage to get it to work, I would want to prepare before we do any kind of exploring. Can't be too careful.
Yeah. Speaking of being too careful, I think my mom's gotten worse.
Oh no.
She's now been pestering every exterminator. Every other day, she's the great Satoru Tomoe. Not a single thing wrong with her. She sees one mouse, and she buys up every mouse trap in existence. Following this line, the phone chimes up. You hear the words, "Candidate found."
Immediate focus.
Excuse me, what?
Kenji will pick up the phone. I forgot about this being voice activated. It says my mom's name, a mouse, and a mousetrap as the key words. But that doesn't make any sense. Would this even work?
I mean, we could try it. Worst happens is we back out immediately, right?
Of course, of course. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Yep.
So, Kenji presses a button on his phone. And, it gets a little weird. You have a weird feeling wash over you as your vision fades to black. And I find a different song.
Oh, hey.
So, as your vision fades back in, you find yourself in front of a house surrounded by ginormous mousetraps. On the other side of the mousetraps, a huge swarm of rats and mice. And everyone that was present in the cafe is here.
Oh no, that's not good.
I think it worked.
I didn't think I was gonna drag in the whole cafe.
I suppose it
How cute.
kind of was like that in the interviews too, wasn't it?
Ah, crap, you're right. Forgot about that. If they were around anyone, they got pulled in too.
Akio, as you were saying.
So Akio was brought into this thing. However, there's a problem. So as everything was going on, everything was just kind of like quiet. You didn't really have to pay attention to anything. He's kind of just has his eyes closed, like almost kind of sleeping as he stands, and is just kind of taking a cloth and just rubbing, or just like rubbing like a glass as he's like standing there sleeping, essentially. So he does not know yet.
Paul is kind of just looking around in the like immediate areas, like, where did my food go? I paid for it.
It's gonna get cold.
It's gonna get cold. The cats are gonna eat it. No.
The orange cat will absolutely eat your food.
It was right in front of me too.
Yeah.
So Paul does not care that he's here. He's like, bro, my food. Where the hell is it?
The most reasonable response.
Ryuzo is probably going to walk over by Hada, because I, loosely know Hada and kind of inquires, what's happening? Where are we?
You know the Phantom Thieves, right?
Yeah,
You read the reports about the I think they called it the metaverse.
I have, yeah.
I think that's where we are.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm sorry, I had no idea it was gonna work, and I definitely didn't think it was gonna pull everyone.
I mean, I didn't stop you, so don't be too hard on yourself. We can figure a way out of this.
Well, it's neat to see. Can't you just pull us out?
The leave button's not working.
What do you mean the leave button isn't working?
I mean, it's grayed out and it's not working.
So, in other words, we're stuck.
I think so. But there is one set of good news. It is huge in comparison to normal, but this is my house.
And how exactly is that good news?
If this is a real recreation of my house, then my computer is upstairs and I can probably fix it.
But that's assuming it works the same.
That is assuming it works the same. I don't know what to do, but that's my best guess. Akio, have you opened your eyes yet?
Nope. He is
Call
just.
dude.
Yep.
Zoinked out cat.
Yes. Pretty much, he is in the trance right now, unless someone breaks him out of it.
Paul, upon realizing that his food is not here, and that the orange cat sitting in front of him is absolutely eating it right this second.
You can already imagine him just like just all of it.
He'll look over to Akio and it's like, hey boss. He'll, like, elbow him. It's like,
oh, sorry, customer. He opens his eyes. For the first time in a long while, you see his eyes go. Well, his one eye, because hair. His one eye just go like really wide, and he drops the glass, and it just shatters on the ground. Paul,
Yeah.
what did you do?
What could I have done?
Did you
I literally sat down. I was eating my goddamn meal, right?
he's
And it was good. It was real fucking good.
Oh, what?
And now we're here.
And then after
And
just kind
I
of
have no meal.
looking around, he looks around and then he sees the other people over here. You know what, Paul?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I blamed you. He turns over here and walks over here. And there's just like this aura of just intimidation. Just like, who did this? What did you do to my restaurant? Or cafe, sorry. Tired.
I don't think I did anything to your cafe, but I think I dragged all of us here. As Kenji hides behind Tada and says, or Hada. Combine last and first name. Made Tada.
He's like staring daggers behind you.
Don't worry, we'll find a way to get back. The cafe is fine.
Gonna need that for things, I guess. So, mind explaining to me what's going on here?
You've heard of the Phantom Thieves, right?
Processing. You see dots over his head as he's loading that information. Are they like, criminals of some kind? I have no idea.
Well, the short version is we're in the world that they went into.
He puts a hand on his chin in thought. No. No, I must be dreaming. This doesn't make sense. I'm on the counter right now. Morgana's probably tapping my head.
Boss. We can't all be dreaming at the same time.
Well, what if, like, you're like, I've heard things where, like, people shared dreams or something. I mean, I didn't believe it, but that could be a thing.
I mean, if you want to make sure, I can always pinch you.
Sure.
Alright, cool. And Paul will reach down and pinch his arm.
You feel very real pain.
He starts to kind of like get a little bit more lively now. His tiredness is kind of like forcefully being like thrown away as he realizes this is some real shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So Phantom Thieves. Okay, he looks over kind of begrudgingly at the this fucking lad over here. And he's just kind of like, he just puts his hands together, breathes in. So what do we do?
There's a leave button, but it's grayed out. I don't know what's wrong with it, but this is technically my house, so I think if we get upstairs, I can fix it on my phone and we can leave. But I don't know what's in the house.
And he kind of like cracks his neck from side to side. Well, if there's any dangers in there, and he starts rolling up his sleeves, I can take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
And he just kind of just starts, excuse me. And he just starts walking up to the house.
And Paul follows like immediately behind him, is like right behind the boss.
He's stancing up, walking over to the house.
As everyone enters the house, feel free to.
In any sense, we should try and get through here as quick as possible.
Agreed.
I don't want to risk what's in there.
As the door opens, you come in to an area.
Certainly is.
So, the front entryway includes a little area for taking off your shoes, you know, typical Japanese house style. And up ahead, you see some mice just
Rats.
running around. They're big. They are very big rats.
Akio has dealt with some rats in his fucking establishment before.
However, despite being big, aside from that, they look to be just regular old normal rats.
We'll see how normal they are when we get close, right?
I'm gonna interject and just say nothing is loading for me. Everything's just gray tiles.
Different browser.
What browser are you using?
Chrome.
It'll be fine.
Hmm.
I
Chrome
have
should
Chrome.
be fine. Give it a
I
refresh,
switch
I
out
guess,
Chrome.
and
I have.
Or
I'll
switch
give it
off
another
Chrome.
though.
I had to switch off Chrome for a very similar issue at the start of Nier.
Mhm. I had to do something like that for the end of Nier. I switched to Firefox specifically for Foundry.
Yeah, let me go get Fireflies.
Edge should work just fine too if you haven't uninstalled it.
Good question. I probably
We
have
getting
it.
edgy.
Edgy. I
Oh, no, I
am
do have it.
currently using Opera GX, but you know. I haven't had an issue yet for at least the Persona campaign.
This is the only one that hasn't loaded proper, though. Everything up till now is fine.
It's larger maps that has problems with. Which this is definitely a larger map.
yeah, this is a big map because it is like the entire first floor of the palace.
So I'm just while that's getting worked out, Paul is just going to look over to Kenji, seeing that we're in like the entranceway, and he's like ready to fist fight these rats. Basically, it's like, do you care if I take off my shoes?
I don't think this is my actual house, so just leave them on.
Okay.
Seems to be a lot bigger scale than a house would be.
Yeah, my house is a lot smaller than this, but the layout's kind of the same.
Kind of.
That door over by that closest rat isn't usually there. But it does lead to what's normally the bathroom, but normally it's the door's up around the corner.
So we can gather it's only slightly based off your house.
That's what it seems to be.
You said your computer's on the second floor, right?
Yeah, my room's upstairs. Not too far from the stairway, but it's all the way in the back. We have to
Wonderful.
cross this entire giant house to get there.
Is there any chance that the rats will be friendly?
Not if you believe the interview. But I guess they are just rats?
Guess we'll find out.
How's your loading going, Dylan?
Edge is a no-go, but Firefox is, so we're good.
Okay, cool. Alright. So, there are 2 rats in your way. You may freely move and do as you please.
Please tell me we can get around them somehow.
Don't think we exactly have weapons.
Otto might.
I don't need any weapons, and he just goes up with Paul, the boys.
Yeah. Do I have my baton or anything on me?
You do
Yeah, same
indeed
with-
have your
same with-
baton, and
Same with me. Do I have
you
anything on?
You do have your weapons that you would have in the real world.
All right. Well,
Subtle
not
pen
defenseless at
click.
least. I pull out my baton and ready it.
Oh, come on.
You
I
pull
can't
out your
move.
baton, and as you do, it crumbles.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, my hands. No.
Your hands are fine. Your hands are fine.
Oh, thank God.
Within your holster, your gun also crumbles. You've now been
Oh.
unarmed.
I guess those are a no-go. Haven't been in a fist fight in a while, so let's see how this goes.
Good thing we learned that hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, it might be a bit rusty, but we'll make do.
So you do at least know a bit of CQC. That's good.
Feel free to approach the rat whenever you're ready.
I approach the rats
So,
without question.
Duck
Akio,
behind bench.
as you get there slightly ahead of time, as this rat in front spots you, it runs
Duh.
up and jumps at you.
That's right.
Please make an unarmed strike against the rat.
Hoppa! Okay. Hoppa!
I would say
13.
that hits. So
okay.
as you punch the rat, it goes flying back to where it was and lands on its back as it and the other rat start violently shaking.
I don't
That
think
can't be
these are
good.
normal rats.
Brock, what do you do with the rats?
That poison?
As I then now find a new song to throw on here. The rats explode into a into like an ichor and reform into the creatures you see standing in front of you.
Wacky.
Yep, not no more rats.
Those don't quite look like rats.
Maybe they're like a special breed.
Haven't I seen a plushie of both of these things? These things are both in the claw machine in the game.
Guys, be careful. That sounds an awful lot like the shadow things that the Phantom Thieves were explaining in their interviews.
That
So,
doesn't mean anything to me. Cracks knuckles.
what do we do then?
Paul also cracked knuckles. I was in the middle of a divorce when this happened.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
As the four frontliners, the ground in front of you explodes into like as if it was shot by an assault rifle. Boom. Yeah, we like that.
I don't like that.
As this area here, the floorboards blast open, almost seeming as if this small creature had fired off like a 50 caliber sniper rifle at each piece of the floorboard. What do you do?
So which section? Like just one, or like all four tiles?
All four
Like that.
tiles
Okay.
like just blast open, but not so much that there's now a hole there, just that the floor tiles are torn up. The floor is still solid underneath.
I'm gonna suggest that we back up and evaluate the situation outside before we proceed. Mostly speaking to Hana, but all in general to the three around me.
Agreed. We should make a tactical retreat and see if we can come up with some way to take care of this, because this is a bit.
A little above my pay grade. We should probably get Yarn, yeah.
I can't afford to die, unfortunately.
As everyone turns to retreat, another one at the door.
All right. I say plan stays the same. We just make our way through the door.
Yep.
And I will start charging towards the newly appeared shadow.
As you do
Say
so, a gust of wind blows everyone back.
I'd say May is being affected and panicking a bit.
Kenji also panicking. Guys, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Kenji, calm down. Keep working with the app. Figure something out. You got this.
Nothing's lighting up. Nothing. I don't even think it's meant to do these parts. It's just supposed to let us come and leave, but it's not letting us leave. Kenji hyperventilating.
Paul, noticing Kenji is struggling, is just like, fuck this noise, and he starts charging the fucking pixie.
Seeing Paul charge, I will join him.
Like,
Another,
fists raised, about to...
Same brain cell.
Yep.
another gust of wind blows everyone back as the two from behind come closer. On this one up here, you see what seems like a bolt of lightning beginning to charge up. From this one's hand, a ball of frost begins to show, and another gust of wind seems like it's about to come from the pixie.
Any
Oh.
more ideas?
I look around to see if there's any possible other way that we could get out from between the three of them.
As you look around, all you can see is dead ends. All you can feel is a sense of dread. An unnatural sense of fear washes over all of you. As far as you can tell, this is simply going to be the end. There's nothing any of you can think to do about this, aside from to sit quietly and take it.
No.
Surely there must be some other way.
Until
Unless.
Unless.
you feel this slight tingle of hope, followed by a pain, a burning, as something seems like it's trying to make its way out of you. From within, you hear words echo out. Will you truly sit back and let your fears overpower you? Let your knees tremble instead of doing something about it? I will grant you a chance to push back against the things that scare you. Will you face your fears?
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
We are not dying here today.
Solemnly, I agree with Hada.
Fuck it, why not?
Finally, a chance.
I'll crush the fears itself.
Yeah?
Why did I get fucking... It's fine, it's fine.
Well then, face them we shall. I am thou, thou art I. Let the courage to face your opponents take hold. And then, something happens to everyone. Well, to mostly everyone, but...
Yeah.
As... As everyone's outfits mostly change, Hada may change. Not sure if your outfit would be changing, but
Yeah, he was in his street clothes. I don't know. I wasn't able to find anything in particular that was particularly good. So
we could do it that your street clothes, even if you were in your street clothes, you're suddenly back in your uniform.
I think that works.
Go with that. Everyone's outfits suddenly change, and you feel a sense of power wash over you.
Oh.
You all feel as if there's something inside of you.
Don't like that.
Do you call out to this power?
Don't want it
Yes.
inside of me, so I suppose.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yurt.
Yep.
Yes.
Someone say no just to be funny.
Just to be funny.
Okay.
Word up.
Need to do. Suddenly, creatures come forward, but they seem familiar to you. An extension of your own power. For everyone but Kenji. So, you now have your personas.
Oh.
Now, you have the power to fight back. So, let's get everyone in the initiative.
Boy.
So, you're going to enter with your D&D character for initiative. To enter initiative, right-click on your character and then click on the little sword and shields.
You know,
Why am I injured already?
I'm noticing I'm level 1 on my shield.
Oh, yes, that's right. There's a few things that need to happen. You were missing health on your, whatchamacallit?
Yep.
Yeah. That's fine. You're going to be personaing anyways, but I will re-import this funny guy over here. There you go, you're level 3 now.
Bless, thank you.
Akio is level 5, but that's fine. We'll down him later. Down level him. Actually, I can probably just do that from within here. I'm just gonna yeet you down to level.
I don't really do much, unfortunately. I guess. Kinda.
You lose the ability score increase from level 4, probably.
Probably. You're not gonna use your base character anyways much, so I wouldn't worry about it.
No.
Alright, if everyone sees the your icons and stuff on the top, you may use that to roll your initiative.
Gotta love that duality.
You just... Sorry, say that again, Greg. Like where?
Right, you need to get into initiative first. So right click on your token, and then click on the sword and shields. Swords and shield.
Bless, thank you.
And then, yeah, you can click on your thing to roll your initiative.
If it will... There we go. Oof.
Underneath.
Good lord, the one. Good lord, the one.
There's a
How
lot of
many ones were there?
There's like 5.
Meanwhile, here I am with a 20.
Okay. Let's get this party rolling. Paul, you are up first. Movement is not a consideration you need to make. Just tell me what you're attacking and what you're attacking it with.
Alright, so Paul's going to continue on the original plan and beat the fuck out of this pixie.
Okay.
Wait the fucking shut
Now I go to...
You go to your persona. All of your persona moves are going to be listed
Persona
in
and then
features.
features.
Your
Alright, cool.
inventory does have your physical weapon.
Yes. Yeah. Alright. And I just... Okay.
Please. So roll the other formula.
25.
That's going to hit.
And then damage is damage.
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage.
Okay.
Bang.
Alright, it takes a solid hit. If you have any bonus actions that you would like to do with your main character thing, you can do
Okay.
so.
And I'll take that 3 health loss.
It should have taken automatically. Yep, it did. Your persona is your health.
Oh, okay. Got it. So, yeah, persona holiday. Okay, that's cool. Alright, and bonus actions with the character.
Yep.
Okay.
So, for example, you are barbarian. If you wanted to rage, you could.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I will, because that's really the only thing I can do as a bonus action.
Yes.
Oh.
For reference, rage will not reduce the damage you take from. Rage will not reduce the damage you take from. HP reducing moves.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind. Alright. Next up, I am a.
And that thing can't see my resources.
On your Pergogi?
No, I'm looking at different resources.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. Fuck. I heard something funny already. Nah. I'm gonna look straight at this funny Mothman.
Funny Mothman?
And him and a funny little snack.
Yep. Okay. Roll your other.
35.
35. That is gonna hit. Roll damage.
Yep.
37. Bop. Okay. You've dealt your damage. Any bonus actions to take?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Akio.
Hi, hello. Okay, so for the boy, I'll probably just do start with something simple. We'll do a bufu.
Would you like to target with your funny bufu?
Probably the pixie, since we're kind of just beating the crap out.
Fair enough.
I know the Jack Frost up there is not the best idea.
Go ahead and roll your other. 57 definitely hits. Roll that damage.
All right. Yeet.
38. Stop it. Okay. Looking cool, Joker. Any bonus
You should
actions
call
you'd
me
like to do?
Yes, the only thing I can do that's a bonus action is Step of the Wind, which that's nothing. Patient Defense to like do like a dodge thing, or Flurry of Blows. That's it.
Yes. If you
don't
do
know.
Flurry of Blows, you would have to use your actual unarmed strike values and not your fist weapon values.
Mhm.
But you can indeed do your Flurry of Blows if you wanted to.
I mean, I might as well.
Yeah. Extra damage, not much, but
It's something. So let's do 2 of these real quick.
22 hits.
Mm-hmm. I'll just
11 hits as well.
wow, surprising. 7 and 4. All right, there we go. And that's me.
All right. Ryuzo.
Me. I'm gonna use. I never know how to say it. Maya. Cursed all.
Oh, Maeha.
Yeah, I've never known how to pronounce it.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it either, but
It's fine.
Curse to all.
You just click it.
Yep, you just click on the. If you hover over it, of the icon, it should turn into a dice that you can click,
Yes.
and that'll bring it up in the chat. So you can roll other. Ooh, that barely
Oof.
hits them, but that does hit all of them. Okay, roll damage.
Uh,
And... Okay. Damage applied. Anything you would like to do as a bonus action?
Yeah, why not? Let's chuck a bardic inspiration on Hada.
That's useful.
Very nice. Bardic Inspiration on Hada.
I have to actually roll damage is the only option.
No.
Or do we not care?
Whenever Zaris wants to use it, there will be a situational 1d6 added on to the roll.
Okay, perfect.
The damage, if you click on that damage thing, it's going to roll the 1d6. You don't need to do that.
Okay, then that's all.
Alright. It is now Mothman's turn. So, Mothman is going to... what's he got? As Ryuzo was the last person to hit him, Mothman is going to swing the fatty Zeo at Ryuzo. So let's see. That's gonna hit. Oh, whoops. I haven't done your weakness chart yet.
Rip.
Gonna do it on the spot, don't mind me. Okay, so please apply 34 damage to your persona. Not to you, to your persona.
And it is done automatically, or
No. So what you'll
No.
do,
Yep.
you can. There's two ways to do it. So you click
Okay.
on your persona's token. You
Yep.
should see a little health bar, like floating window that you can. That has arrows and hearts and skulls.
Yes.
You can type it into that and click on the down arrows to hurt, and you can also click
Oh.
on the up arrows. Also, you can right-click the value in chat and click apply damage.
Oh. All right. There we go.
Make sure you have the persona selected when you do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we're good.
applied to the persona, so that's good. Okay. Now I just need to also do this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. As well, if you look in your persona's biography tab, you can see what your weaknesses and strengths are. That's for when you take that type of damage.
Thank you.
If you're strong against it, you take half damage. If you're weak, you take double. So, keeping that in mind. But moving right along to May.
Okay. So, let's see. May's got a bit of a manic grin, and we're going to say burn with Nagarai to everyone. How to do this.
Okay, so hover over the icon on it, yep, and then click other formula. Ooh,
Oh, no.
we
Ouch.
have our first miss. Okay.
Rip.
If you have any bonus actions you'd like to do with your main character, feel free to do so. Otherwise,
Sure, I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but we can insightful fighting the pixie, I guess.
yeah, if you click on it, you should be able to click on a dice on its thing. Yeah.
I need to. I'm not sure how you. I need to make an insight check against the pixie.
Yeah. Guessing the pixie makes an insight check back. Contested.
Deception.
Oh, yes. Deception. Okay. Roll the pixie's deception. It's just base anyways, but deception would be a charisma check, right?
Got plus nothing. I've already rolled over 20, so I can't make it.
Unless it gets a nat. No.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. So yes, now you can use sneak attack against the pixie.
Realistically, that won't come up unless, yeah.
Realistically, I don't think the pixie's gonna last to your next turn, but that's okay. Next up is Funny Jack Frost, who is going to be attacking Akio. Jack Frost is going to use Dabufu. I didn't take attack off of it. That's fun. 62 hits. Please take half damage onto our dearest Akio. You are strong against ice, so feel free. You can take half damage.
I would love to.
Yes.
Do it to the persona, right?
Yes, do it to the persona.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wacky.
Wacky. Hada.
I'm going to go ahead and have my persona use Magaru.
Okay. Roll that funny other. Ooh, very nice roll. Hey, roll your damage. Okay. So, notice the pixie seems to take half damage.
Good to know.
However, the Mothman takes double damage and is down. So, and then Jack Frost simply takes the damage. But, the Mothman is down on his knees. If you have anything to do as a bonus action, now is your time.
Yeah, I'm relatively certain that Kenji's not going to be targeted, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith on him.
I hit him instead of activating Shield of Faith. Okay. Much appreciated. Next up, Pixie. Paul.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Lucky Punch on you. Hey, Paul. Here comes crit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I'm gonna have to do something else on that with crits. So you get hit with a crit, and
Yep.
You're down on your knee. However, now that it's your turn, you are no longer down on your knee.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just going to do this to
Okay, roll
Ma-
your other.
Makuha.
You're hitting everything. Roll damage.
$38 to everything.
Okay. Up. 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 Alright. Wiggity sweetie. Any bonus actions for you to do?
No.
Alright. Next up is Kayame.
Or actually, everybody like this AoE. The AoE time is funny. Time to AoE. My poor friend.
Alright, roll other. Would seem you have missed.
Rude.
Okay, there we go. One.
Alright. No bonus actions, obviously.
No, the only bonus action is second one.
Okay. Akio, you're up again.
All right. What do I want to do? They have like a whole lot. We'll just keep it. We'll do the same thing. Gonna attack the pixie again, I suppose. With the bufu.
Bufu.
God damn.
Oh, Bufu. Roll that damage.
Oh.
Okay. As the pixie bursts.
And then I guess I'll just do flurry of flow blows on Jack Frost over there.
Okay.
It's not ice damage, so it's something. It's something.
True.
They do have something that
That's gonna hit,
doesn't do ice damage, but
and that's gonna hit.
Hey,
Oh, you're damage.
yeah, I do have something that does physical, but it takes my health away. So yeah.
I would not worry about your health being taken away with those
Fair enough.
physical moves. My
Mhm.
personal tip: as long as your healers are doing their job good, you're probably not even gonna really notice that when you're starting to take damage.
Fair enough. But yes, that's my turn now.
Okie doke. All right. Next up is Ryuzo.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do it again.
Yep.
Do it again.
Now we're playing Persona. Ooh, but it is
But it is
broke.
broken.
Rip. It is broken.
Bonus actions?
Nah, not this turn.
Okay. Oh. All right. We're gonna go lunge on Kayame.
No.
No, indeed.
No. Fuck yourself.
Okay.
Fuck
Hey.
yourself. Damn it.
May is up again.
We're gonna step over here, and we're gonna say for real burn, with a yellow
Ooh, okay.
on Jack Frost, of course.
Of course, that does hit. Roll that damage. Alright. As he takes double damage and explodes.
Yes.
I know you changed some resistance, but if you change Jack Frost not be immune, not be fucking weak to fire, I was gonna fucking riot.
Yeah, I kept some of them, but that one I obviously had to keep. So yeah. If you have any bonus actions to take, feel free to take them.
No, I don't think I'm gonna have an opportunity to use anything in time, anyways.
That is fine. Which means it's Hotta's turn. And we got
Can I do my
one
bonus action
go.
first?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a healing word on Ryozo there, because he's looking a little bit hurt. And that way he can get a little bit of healing, but we can also go ahead and just take out this shadow.
Sure. So click on your persona, Dylan, and then you can right click and just click apply healing.
There and there we go.
There you go.
It's not a lot, but hey,
Alright,
I want to take out
Awesome.
Mothman.
on to main action mode time.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and guard.
Daru.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, yeah.
A boosh. Alright. And as that happens, combat ends.
Did Kenji become invisible for anybody else?
No.
No?
I still see him.
He's just gone from me.
Oh, hold on a second.
The Shield of Faith made him go bye-bye.
Yoink. That's because when I went to
Ability.
Shield of Faith, I accidentally clicked the invisible button for a second. Can you see him now?
No, he's still gone.
He was there the whole time for me. You made him go away and come back.
Oh my god. Control X is speech bubble.
So it is.
Wacky.
Whack.
Anyways.
Kenji's gone.
Oh yeah, now he's gone.
He's gone. He's back.
He's
There we go.
he's still here for me.
Fresh Kenji token. Alright. And with that, combat ends. We'll switch over to... Switch the music for a second. Alright. So, you now stand at the doorway with some time to really think about what just happened. So,
Really worked.
chat amongst yourselves for a moment.
Oh, what are you wearing?
A bandana.
Also, this is the first time.
Interesting.
This is the first time everyone has taken notice of what they are wearing.
Yeah, then he kind of like looks at, he kind of like sees like his hand, and he's not like in combat mode. And he's like, you know what? I might give you a little extra today for work.
Regular rate. Take it or leave it.
Well, it's easier on me, I guess. Oh, what is that? And he fiddles with the little monocle that's probably like strapped to his fucking his face. It's very strange. I prefer more suits, but I guess this is fine too.
Yeah, it works for you at least.
I feel like it should be on like a stage. Then he like takes a glimpse at everyone else. And everyone here got interesting outfits. Well, except for cop over there. He's just in his uniform.
I mean, to some people, that's an interesting outfit.
Oh. Right.
I rush to ask Kenji if he's all right, as I'm also noticing that my vision is weirdly darker than it was before.
You notice Kenji is still in his regular uniform. And he's kind of just standing there staring at his open hands.
Probably also checking on him and similarly noticing that I'm seeing out of both eyes. There's no eye patch anymore.
I didn't get one.
I give Kenji a pat on the
mhm.
back and I say, "That's okay, kid. Better luck next time."
Of course I wouldn't get one.
You might
It's
still.
it's not like we asked for this.
No, but it's so cool that you got it.
All those look very cool in like that American kind of way.
I
I like this. You should wear more often, Paul.
Little does he know.
Yeah, I see now.
Going to be spending half of the campaign in this outfit.
You know what? It was a nice different change of clothes from the one other pair of clothes I have. Just so everyone knows, Goro has his work clothes, his outing clothes, and now he has these. He has 3 pairs of clothes, and that's it.
Wacky.
All you need.
Yep.
Well, here's the good news at least. The leave button lit up. So I think we can leave now.
So you don't need your computer.
I guess not. Your awakening must have been what was missing for us to leave. Oh, I wish it was my awakening.
Well, it's fine. We're likely not going to use these again. I don't think I should look and come back here.
I mean, this outfit's pretty neat, actually.
Get it commissioned.
With what money?
you work at a shop. What?
I have debts to pay. Why Paul here only gets minimum wage.
I make do.
Yeah, he's alright.
Well, then just maybe it comes with you. I don't know. I don't know this place that well.
First, we should come back.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
Agreed.
And that's
suppose.
Not
Move
just
back.
because I'm worried about my food.
I agree with
I'm
the
more
group, but
worried
just
about
like
missing any customers.
Maybe time
Uh,
moves differently here.
I don't
Get
know,
going.
but
I mean, we
I
can
don't
probably
know.
take another.
as you start to you start to feel incredibly tired. A wave of exhaustion flows over all of you.
On second thought, we can't take another, maybe.
noticing how tired we are and that we're pretty unfamiliar surroundings. I just start ushering Kenji and the others out the door to regroup and talk things over.
Well,
Yeah.
for now, why don't we just go back to the real world since the button's lit up before it grays out again?
Yes,
Oh,
good idea.
Probably the best bet.
Yeah, I agree.
So Kenji presses the button.
Our
Everyone-
smartphones are interesting.
Everyone finds themselves back where they were in the cafe.
God, how's my food looking?
All right,
Paul,
all right. I've had the scene in my mind when Paul comes back. So Paul, you get back in your spot. The cat has food all around its mouth, and it's just like, just like you thought. And then as you appear, it looks up at you, chewing the food, and you can hear his lips smacking. And then, to top it off, his tongue all around his mouth. All your food's gone.
well, I like that.
Uh-huh.
As a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
you come back and time hasn't passed at all.
Oh! Never
Oh,
mind.
Thank God. And then he just goes back to eating.
The cat was about to eat it.
You do
Cat was
notice.
about to eat it.
You do notice, however, that Teddy does have some crumbs in his mouth. You were distracted for a quick second while you were being sent there, and he managed to get one bite of your food.
I've had worse. Paul's gonna continue eating.
Standing.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Does Akio even have the glass because he dropped it?
You do not have the glass.
Alright, cool.
As such, you take note that if you're holding something, it goes over with you.
Neat.
It's a good way to get rid of a body.
What?
You're not supposed to say
That
that.
was
You're
that was
cop.
out of character.
What?
Cop!
What the shit? I mean, I agree, but what?
So let's go ahead and change the song here again. Find a good one. Let's do. I'm gonna find a. Oh, here we go. Do this one. Boop. So, you are all back in the real world, seemingly with no real downsides almost. Aside from the fact that you feel incredibly tired, and you don't think you'd really be able to do anything with yourself until evening.
See, that's funny because Akio's always tired.
In your case, you feel the same amount of tired, but you feel like all you could manage to do for the rest of this evening is your job.
Basically, now he can't really put up like that friendly like customer service type thing. It's not like that impressive, but you know he's just gonna be in his just default state.
Yes, normally sometimes during the afternoons you can find some time to leave the shop to Paul and go do some quick little thing here and there in town.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think you would be able to do that right now.
Nope.
DM note: when you've gone into a palace, your time does not pass. However, that time slot that you went in during, you don't really think you get tired out from going in there and can't use that time to do anything else.
Oh boy, I'm a type.
So canonically, time does not pass. However, you lose the time that you would have spent in there.
Yeah.
Time becomes reserved for a power nap.
Correct. Or in Akio's case, power work. Everyone is back. You remember everything that happened over there? No need to be concerned that you might not remember it.
I immediately begin asking everyone who was at the table previously before we went in what they did, and like I guess for more information basically on what it was they did that brought us in there.
So you get the basic rundown of what happened that caused the phone to go off and send everybody in there. And you're brought up to speed with what exactly transpired that caused the travel to the palace.
knowing that, I start to ask everybody if they remember everything the same as I do.
Yeah, I remember it all right.
Okay, so I'm not going crazy. That did happen to everybody.
Yep. It's unexplainable.
Yep.
Oh. I just watched
It on
all.
the cat select for some reason.
Are the cats moving in unison? Am I going crazy? Should I be worried? Is this a side effect?
Probably.
It's okay. I don't think that was canon.
It was not.
The only way any of this makes sense is if that was the same place as the Phantom Thieves, but it seemed a little different than the interviews described, didn't it?
It was a little strange. I thought only someone with distorted desires had palaces.
But there's no way my mom's desires are distorted. Like, she's
Are you sure?
got a deathly fear of mice, which makes sense as to why everything's in there like that. She's been freaking out about mice for the last few days, but distorted desires like the Phantom Thieves deal with? I can't
Call
see
an
it.
exterminator for those mice.
The voice said fears, not
Yeah.
desires.
That seemed like
Right.
Did
Kaime,
also bring up her fear. What?
with your somewhat related research,
Mhm.
things also don't seem to add up to how your research has perceived things. Seems different somehow.
It definitely wasn't the same as I've heard. A friend of mine was involved more around the time of the Phantom Thieves. And I've been kind of looking into what they were looking into, but I have nothing concrete yet.
Now that I think about it, when I was up in the late hours of the night the other night trying to get this thing to work, I thought I made a typo in the code, but then when I tried to run it, it compiled, so I never looked at it again. Maybe I attached to a different metaverse?
More likely that it is changed.
Whatever it is, I think that typo I made in the code was the reason we managed to get there.
Looking up from my notebook that I've been furiously scrolling away in, I suggest to everyone that this is something that we should probably keep to ourselves now, where everybody figures out the details of what exactly happened to us, and that it probably wouldn't be good if word got out.
I don't think anyone would believe us anyway.
After what happened with the Phantom Thieves, maybe.
Well, there's so many people trying to get it working right now that if one of us were to say, "Oh, we got it working," we probably wouldn't be believed.
No.
Yeah, he went to the house of mice and fought a magical pixie, a bug, and a stuffed
Snowman.
animal. Snowman. Whatever that was.
It's still
that
not
was weird.
something we should bring up. Because someone just might believe it and then try and get in themselves.
Yeah.
I know in the case of Prada and I, we're not looking to get ourselves involved in a scandal and investigated internally.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid that at all costs.
I suggest that I'll try to see what strings I can pull to get a closer look at the case of what happened with the Phantom Thieves in hopes that it might give us some new insights into our particular situation.
Hmm.
Guess that means until we figure out what's going on, we're gonna work as a team?
I'm still not convinced if we should go back in there, though.
Well,
I like the outfit.
not necessarily to go back in there, but at least try and figure out what happened to us together.
I'm in.
Agreed.
I know I'm not gonna be able to get back to work till all this is solved. I'm in as well. And he tilts his back and then looks over to his shoulder. Paul.
Yeah.
Please tell you are actually eating something right now.
No.
Damn.
God.
I wish.
that would have been hilarious if you were actually eating.
If you caught me if you contact me like 10 minutes earlier, yes, I would have been. Not now. I finished my food. Oh, right. So he'll now I can finish up what's left on his plate, rub his kind of wipe his face and sit down. What are we talking about?
Just about working together to try and figure out what happened to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, probably a good idea. Just if we are going to go back in, let me finish my food first.
I don't think we'll
I
go
just
back
wanted to
in, but
check.
try and figure out what's going on.
I just wanted to bring you over just in case you want in on this or not. I don't pay enough to get roped in with this.
Mhm.
But, it's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably a good idea that we figure out what just happened.
Seeing as how time didn't really pass or anything, I suppose it wouldn't be too bad if I participated. Wouldn't be missing any customers.
If I go, the boss if the boss goes, I go.
He nods with his eyes closed.
Ada?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to let you all do this by yourselves. If we have to go, especially if we end up having to go back in, I'd much rather have her be there to help support you, so.
Okay. Miss Kayame, you said you've kind of looked into stuff like this before?
Yes, but going back raises a concern to me.
It's okay if we don't go back, but do you think maybe you could give us some pointers on what exactly happened to us? Try and help us figure it out?
It's very vague what I do know, but because it all seems so far-fetched, but the original metaverse was controlled by cognition. And it does look like some of that is still present, but what I'm getting caught up on is, do you remember what happened or what the metaverse could be used for before and what crimes the Phantom Thieves were tried for?
What were they tried for? This is new to me.
Oh, of course. The Phantom Thieves were a group of vigilantes that entered this world, and from my understanding of the interviews, when someone was corrupted by desire, they had a palace, is what they called it. Similar to where we just were. And you had like this weird like shadow version of yourself in there, which was like, think Dark Link from the Water Temple if you've ever played Ocarina of Time.
Akio kind of actually like smiles to himself for a second.
Paul, something like the Akuna and the what now?
The Hakuna Matata?
It's a video game, Paul.
Anyways,
I don't know if it came out where you were from.
it's like having an evil twin, but it's not real.
So
I
what?
mean more the crimes that were happening around that time.
What would happen is if you killed that shadow version of yourself, the real version would have a mental shutdown, and in a lot of cases, if that was timed right, it was killing people.
Huh.
Oh, I remember something like that. People started going crazy out of nowhere.
Yeah, all those criminals that started confessing was because the Phantom Thieves would steal those desires and open up their conscience.
Huh.
So, even if we embrace these powers, and we're in a dangerous position.
And on top of that, it seems that as if the target is your own mother.
That's definitely got my concerns going. But if that's the case, then that's even more reason why I want to figure out what's going on. Before someone else awakens to these powers and takes out my mom.
So
Which is
I feel like there's something I'm not understanding here. So these Phantom Thieves, they stole desires? I understand they went through the world we were just in, but
According to the interviews, if instead of killing them, you stole this like treasure that represented their desires, you could make them have a change of heart rather than have a mental shutdown.
so your mother desires rats?
No, she's scared of them.
So,
And even when the personas awakened, even that was mentioning facing fears.
I remember in the case files they said that a lot was uncertain about this so-called metaverse. Maybe there are different kinds.
Definitely seems that way.
yeah, it seemed pretty likely. Did we just get the wrong metaverse?
I don't know.
Does it matter?
It's different, that's for certain. But I think that's all we can discern.
Huh.
Even if we just look at what's going on with us now that we've changed, or looking into this app more, I'd like to figure out what's going on and how we can prevent other people from misusing this. Because if I found it, it's only a matter of time before someone else does.
You're right. I think that's all the more important why we need to make sure that this stays between us.
Agreed.
I mean,
Makes sense to me.
I really only talk to boss, so I don't think there's any issue here.
Paul's got that fucking Nork Dad Hog fucking mentality.
So,
I got your boss.
I know I already asked again, but Miss Kaime, it would really help if you'd help us look into it.
I'm trying to have a Paul moment. Go, I'm making chip. Well, since it's your mother, and you are right that someone else could misuse it, I suppose for the time being I can do what I can do. I'll look more into what I can find. But it often leads from dead end to dead end.
Well, what matters is that we try, I guess.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become a staple of thy courage. Shatter thy fears. With the birth of the new team, thou shalt use this blessing, send thy fears cowering in your place.
Okay.
So, all of the players are now at social link level 1 with each other.
Wow.
Wow.
The power of
So-
friendship.
At link level 1, you will be gaining advantage when you are negotiating with shadows of the types covered by you guys.
Ooh.
So, in this case, when you're rolling a persuasion against a shadow to try and negotiate with it, you will, if I go here, with personas of Justice, Death, Devil, Power, Moon, and Judgment types, you will have advantage.
Wow.
So, keep that in mind. And from here on out, your social links with each other are officially unlocked.
Oh.
So, make sure you forge those bonds and get those social links.
How to make friends, fuckers.
Want to make friends.
Sit down and min-max that calendar.
Oh boy.
Alright. So. Now, if anybody has anything else they would like to say or do before leaving the cafe for the night, now's the time.
I asked Akio if he could make me a coffee for the road.
Coming right up. He just starts going on.
Just back to normal.
Pets Morgana. Back.
I go back to the cats.
Like, we're like 10, 5, I don't know. However long it takes to brew coffee. And you know, comes back with the coffee. Here you go. Any like gently like places it on the counter and does like a little bow.
I leave some extra money as a tip.
Thank you.
And then pet Morgana and get ready to make my way out.
jumps on the counter. The cat is just like staring daggers into him. I know why you're giving me that look. I'll go to bed soon, I promise. Alright, that's that.
I will look to Kenji and say, I know that this palace is your mom's, so if you get feeling squirrely and just can't resist going in, you make sure you call me first. Don't go in alone.
Yeah. I didn't even awaken anything, so I won't be trying anything stupid.
I'll shout over me too from over by the cats.
Paul's just gonna make sure all the cats have food in their bowls before heading out back for the night.
Yep.
And I will say my goodbyes and head on home.
Kaime, doing anything special?
No, she's just picking up her papers and then heading out the door.
Okay.
'Cause she normally gets shit all over the fucking table.
Fair enough, fair enough. And with that, we'll head back to the town map. And everyone can go to roughly the location of wherever their houses may be.
Where's here?
Cafe is unfortunately me and Paul's home.
Yes. So, a quick little peer into the into Kenji's home. As Kenji's settling in for the night, he gets a knock on the door and has a quick conversation with his mother, who I'm going to place on the map. So, as what I'll do here is, I'm not going to reveal to you just yet what she says, but a look of distress comes over Kenji's face.
I guess.
As it shifts the next day. So, the next morning comes, and with the morning comes school and work.
Yeah. Soul.
I'm gonna pretend the police department's around here somewhere.
Ooh, actually doing some patrolling today.
Oh shit.
Or doing
So-
in the police department, doing paperwork or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably around where it is. Let's say a good reason to put both of you there. May, you notice Kenji looks very distraught. Something seems to be bothering him a lot today, but you can mostly conclude that it's just that he's upset about not awakening to a new persona.
Can I insight check this?
You can you can insight check it, yes. Ooh, okay. All right. So, not awakening to a new persona does bother him, yes, but there's clearly something else that's bothering him more.
I suppose I'll ask.
Kind of, whenever you ask or attempt to start asking, he kind of starts to dodge the question. Kind of seems like maybe he's waiting for the right moment to talk about it to you, but
Okay, I'll
you
say
can
okay.
kind of tell he's also just still trying to come to terms with whatever's bothering him himself, and is just doesn't know how to put it into words yet.
I guess I'll tell him I'm here to listen. Let me know when you want to, if you want to.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to the cafe again today, so join me if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the day passes relatively uneventfully, except Kaime, you notice there's a weird influx of students coming for counseling lately. Like it's not any subject matter out of the ordinary, just it seems like there's just a few more than usual.
Right now, it's just past day, I guess.
And the day passes, and it is now after school, so Kenji heads over to the cafe once again.
Yeah, I guess we go back to the cafe.
Yeah, everybody's probably go back.
Yeah, I will as well.
Everybody probably go back.
Right, back to the cafe.
Imagine.
Huzzah. So, you know, everyone can kind of tell Kenji's not very chipper today. Kaime especially, this is a very troubled child. Not that he's exactly a child, but you know what I mean.
He's a frightened young man.
He seems very frightened, like there's something he's really dreading.
Paul's gonna come over and it's like, so if you guys are talking about the things, let me know. But I'm here in case you guys want to take some orders.
Well, there is kind of something going on with my mom.
What's wrong?
He flips the sign on the front of the door. Closed.
Paul puts the notebook in his hand away and starts getting ready to, listen.
I try and find a. This'll work.
I like how we're all crowding around the corner booth, not using the big,
Yeah.
central.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was probably built for us all to sit around it, and now he's like,
Yes.
"Oh, that's great," and we're just like,
It's fine. Eventually, we'll move to the table. It's fine.
One day.
You know how we talked about how my mom didn't really have any distorted desires or anything?
"Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's got distorted fears. So, I know it was a little superstitious for her to have a bunch of traps and stuff set up, but they're not getting anything, so normally you'd conclude no mice in the house anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
correct."
Well, she's concluded that means they're hiding on her. So, she called the exterminator, and if I don't find a way to snap her out of it by the end of the month, towards the start of the next month, around the start of October, she's having the exterminator come in to fumigate the house. Which would be whatever, but she hasn't prepared anywhere else for us to live while it goes on. plans to sneak back in the back door and just stay there.
That
That's not very good for your health, I don't think.
That doesn't sound very
Exactly.
legal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't there a law against that? Like, can you not be allowed to do that?
I don't think so, but
is that illegal? Looks at the cop.
Yeah.
I don't think it's illegal, but it is definitely not recommended.
It is ill-advised.
she's got really bad asthma, guys. I don't know if she'd live.
So what you're saying is we need to take care of it before it becomes a problem. Well, before it goes past the problem it already is.
She's not thinking straight.
No, I've never seen her do this. Even before, a few days after the traps are emptied, she'd calm down and go back to normal, but this is the worst I've ever seen it.
Well, knowing what we do about how these metaverses seem to be different from the one the Phantom Thieves got into, and talking about fears, perhaps there's a way we could learn more.
I think we have to.
I think we definitely need more information.
What did the Phantom Thieves do to get ready to go in?
They
Looks to Kenji.
They explored the other world and eventually found answers, but they had a guide. We don't have one of those. We don't know anyone from over there that's a metaverse citizen that could help us figure out what's going on.
Okay, but guide aside, how do we even know that this is going to work the same as the Phantom Thieves? If it is a, I guess, different metaverse, then what's to say the rules of this metaverse are different? Where if we steal the views, I guess,
Do we need
and
to
nothing
destroy-
changes.
Do we need to destroy the fears?
Don't know. I can't do anything that would risk my mom's safety, but
No,
I-
and we're not saying that, of course.
I know we said we'd never go back there too if we could avoid it, but I just don't know what we would do here or there.
I think the only way to know is to go back in and
Have a look.
see what we find out.
It seems like we can no longer avoid going back in.
I think you're right, but I want to look into it more before we do. See what I can find from digging through those interviews closer.
Yes,
Maybe there's a hint
absolutely.
somewhere.
Absolutely figure out any sort of information we can. Because I'm all for going back in. However, what I'm not all for is for going in blind. I know we're not going to figure out every answer. However, if we can figure out something, it's a lot better than going in with no expectations.
Yeah. I'll look into it tonight and see if I can find something more solid, concrete that we can work on.
Mhm. 'Cause you said we have until what? Beginning of October?
At least it's September 6th now. We've probably got
Jeez.
about a month before she flips out.
I don't know, because if only a few days has made her change this much, we could be on even less of a time constraint.
Yeah.
She could easily go even. She could accelerate the process. Now, hopefully, with that,
Luckily, they
the
told
companies
her.
are busy enough.
Luckily, they told her it's pest season and it'll take about that long before someone's available. But
The problem is she breaks down beforehand.
yeah,
Or if a spot in the schedule frees up.
Hmm.
sooner the better. But
Sooner the better, but we also can't go in there blind.
No.
Did you say this is not something she usually does, or does she normally get hung up on
she's normally afraid.
not just pests, but
She's normally afraid, and specifically when she's scared, she'll take extra measures to make sure things are really gone. But this is crazy. If it works the way that we think it works, and maybe that palace is meant to be some sort of bastion against her fears, then maybe she's not willing to leave it, but at the same time needs to make sure it's clear.
part of me thinks even if you were say she doesn't stay there, say everyone's fine and the house gets fumed. With theoretically, it probably won't get better if the normal they're not in traps anymore. It just seems like it'll go to a higher extreme after that.
Hmm.
Bot dead.
Not dead.
Yeah, the bot stopped playing the song for me, so I made it leave. I'm about to get it to join back with the song.
Yeah.
There we go.
Very good.
Okay. I think best thing we can do is look into it and reconvene tomorrow.
I think you're right.
Agreed.
I think that's what we have to do, yes.
Yeah, not much else to do.
Okay. Let's do that. I'm gonna go get started on it now. In a somewhat rushing way, Kenji heads home.
I gotta go pet the cats before I go.
Very important. Cats.
Yeah.
And also, in the little group chat that Kenji made everybody start, you all get a copy of, or all get a link to the leaked Phantom Thieves articles.
Wow.
You are all in the know of what happened with the Phantom Thieves and the interview that took place.
Wacky.
Has there been any I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this. Has there been any strange influx of not really criminal activities, but just off tendencies?
How do you
Unusual
notice,
incidents.
you notice there has been some occasional unusual incidents. Not so much anything crazy, but ever so slightly above the typical status quo.
More than normal, not enough to trigger any red flags.
So it's the same as me. I've been getting more people coming in during the days, which, of course, I can't disclose anything about what they're talking about, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a pickup in just oddball crimes and people needing guidance, we could be on the cusp of something bigger.
Yeah, I don't think that many coincidences can be anything but related.
Makes
We'll
me
have to-
very curious the source of all this.
I do remember noticing an uptick in the amount of cases coming in lately.
Didn't these phantom thieves stop whatever was going on before?
I believe so, yes. There wasn't much reports of anything. The mental shutdown stopped completely after the last of them were heard from.
They solved it. Why is it all coming up back? Why is it all happening again? Maybe they didn't do their job correctly after all.
It's a solid possibility.
Or maybe they weren't thorough enough in destroying whatever evidence they may have, and somebody found it.
What if... They did do what they needed to do, but it's something... Just like if there was a team before them that had to do something like this before. They're the only one that got public coverage. They couldn't have been the first.
Mm-hmm.
It's something different than what they did. There just might be another one.
The public knows them. Who's to say there wasn't a group like them, five or more? Like, who's to say this hasn't been going on for years?
I call it a
guess.
conspiracy theory, but we were kind of just there, so
It sounds far-fetched.
At this point, it's hard to rule anything out, though. We've seen far-fetched for our own eyes.
Exactly.
Hmm. I suppose if you take out one organization just as a metaphor, I suppose, a crime organization, another one is bound to pop up and take its place. He shrugs.
You're not wrong.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Just keep an eye on any tendencies.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to keep a sharper eye out for any patterns.
Me as well.
I'll try and keep an eye out for any particularly interesting customers.
I'll help you with that. Those who are close to Kenji, I'd also keep an eye out on him.
Hmm.
It's going to be very hard on him. This is his mother we're talking about here.
Hmm.
I was gonna
I'll
make
make sure
sure
to keep
he.
in contact with him.
I was gonna make sure he'd come by and actually speak to me if another problem like this arises, but he ran off.
Next time you see him at school, just make him aware that, you know, if he needs to talk to anybody, you know, cafe is always open. Well, I think the boss should close it for himself sometimes.
Can't afford it.
Take a day off. I know. Cafe is always open. I'm sure your door is open. He's got friends.
Always crash in here if need be. I enjoy the company.
I've got
That's
a
why
guest
you-
room if it came to that.
Everyone knows that's why you keep me around, boss.
I guess so. Also, takes the weight off my shoulders a little bit, much as I hate to admit it.
Mm.
Okay. So. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about? Feel free to continue doing so, but
I think that's pretty much it.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Me?
everyone makes their way out and heads home for the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aside from those who don't make their way out when they head home for the night.
Going to the
Paul does.
janitor closet.
I have to go home for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, out to the dumpster.
Okay.
Not that far away.
How does that fuck back?
Alright, so as we go back to the town map, it becomes evening.
Goody.
Kenji digs and digs and digs through the interviews throughout the night, but he just doesn't find anything. Like, as hard as he tries, there's nothing that helps him with this situation. So, eventually, he retires for the night. And as he closes his eyes and goes to sleep, it doesn't really feel like he's sleeping yet. Something weird is happening. Something different than sleep. And as he opens his eyes, he's in an unfamiliar location.
Jumps.
And that's where session's gonna end for tonight.
Brother.
Brother.
Dare you? Fair.
So yeah, that was session 1.
Wacky.
I need to give you this now. I already sent it to Chap earlier. I decided to save it for you, but some math is a little wacky.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot to show you more about that. But look if I use pistol.
Oh, don't worry about that.
It wouldn't have affected anything anyways, but it was fun to look at.
Use pistol.
Sorry, look at that.
Dude, what did you do there?
That's just how archery gets really messed up.
So what you're looking at with that other formula is that for some people, I made your persona modifier a +5, and for some of you, I just made it a 5. But because the formula is plus modifier, it comes out as ++. It doesn't change the actual effect, but it looks wacky in the formula.
Also, my overworld token is still loaded as well.
Your overworld token is...
Yeah, like my metaverse one when I double click is level 3 once you fixed it, but this one isn't.
Oh, yes. Let me fix that. Yeah, I imported on the metaverse one because that was the one that mattered.
Yeah, I know. But I left it till
Yeah, you're updated now.
now.
Also, it will be a long rest next time we go back in, so be prepared to set up the long rests. We won't do that now because we're not going back into the metaverse yet, but
Yeah, I suppose. Is it every time we leave and then go back? It's
you'll be back to full health, full HP, SP.
okay.
There's a long rest persona now then.
Feel free to, if you want to just go into your actors list and long rest your persona, that's fine too. But yeah, how'd you guys like your good old session 1?
It's
It was
good.
good.
Yeah.
It was. I liked it.
It went really well, I felt. Was definitely up to my expectations on how it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't have to constantly be pulling from my image. I'm just gonna slap him up there.
I think my default doesn't have the bars enabled on the vid.
Yeah, no,
On
it
my
doesn't. Hold on a
default.
second. Let me fix that.
I'm just gonna slap that up there.
Prototype token. Resources.
I don't have to go into my folders every time to mess with it.
Very well done. Excited to play more.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yep.
Yep.
I also didn't have you set up to replenish your resources.
See, I wonder, do spells proc sneak attack?
Good question. I'm not sure.
I mean,
Normally, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so normally.
no, I mean, in official D&D, no, it doesn't. But like,
I would say you're physical if you have any persona moves. Because you'll have a couple.
I made a caster.
You'll have a couple of
My
physical
basic attack.
eventually. Your basic attack would proc it for sure.
Well, good to know.
So I guess that is at least.
I guess it'll help my basic attack keep up a bit better.
Yes, it'll be a little bit of extra. Your basic attack. Obviously, it's your regular sneak attack damage as it would be, so.
It's like tiny compared to everything else, yeah.
I think for criticals as well, we're gonna have to do probably probably gonna have to do double damage on a regular hit as opposed to a critical hit. Because I realized after that one crit that rolling critical just rolls the dice,
Yep.
whereas most of the damage in this comes from the bonus. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there. And I don't think next Sunday is available to do session.
It might be after all.
Okay.
Huh?
'Cause I kind of got sick.
Fair
So
enough.
the original plans that involved traveling are like most likely cancelled.
Fair enough. If you are kicking around on next Sunday, we'll do it next Sunday. Otherwise, we can probably find either the next nearest weekday that we're all available or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
If I do get the job with Staples, I probably won't be starting actively until after Halcon.
Fair.
Yeah,
I'm feeling I might get Eric'd and just have to start after we're back.
yeah, that's what happened to me. I
Yeah.
had my
You're the exact
interview
same case.
probably around the same time,
Yeah,
but
so I'm just like, I'll
I
probably
didn't
the same
start
thing.
until literally the last day of October.
Now, that being said, even if I am, I'm working latest till 8.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So we could squeeze one in.
Bye bye stream.